Have you ever stared at anyone so long that security had to step in? Well, that just happened, guys, and it's got everybody talking. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Sheeraz from Duality 7X, and listen, I'm not just talking about another fight, another stare down between two competitors. I'm talking about an amazing fight promo moment, and I'll break that down for you guys. The tension, the madness, the mind games, and what a minute of intense eye contact. A lot of people have a lot to say about this. If you follow UFC, and you love raw drama, stick with me because this could change the way you see the Lopes versus Silva fight that I'm about to break down for Noche UFC 3, guys. Today's a big day, guys. Today's a big day. It's September 13, 2025. In addition to UFC Noche 3, we also have Canelo versus Crawford. Probably one of the greatest fights that has come around in quite some time. Canelo is chasing to be to preserve his legacy and to stake his crown as the greatest fighter possibly of all time, where Crawford has wants to achieve what no other male boxer has done, and to win titles in all three major weight classes. This could be absolutely groundbreaking for his career and to etch his name in history as probably pound for pound one of the greatest fighters of all time. So you've got all the belts on the line. You've got two fighters who one with an impeccable record, with an amazing legacy behind them, and another one who's undefeated, who's chasing new accomplishments and new legacy. You guys don't want to miss it. September 13, 2025. It's happening all today, guys. Tune into it. But I'm here to talk about UFC Noche 3. The Canelo and Crawford, that's in another video. Watch that one as well too. But it's really important to talk about this fight because we got Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva. And I'm telling you guys, Lopes is ranked the number 2 featherweight, and he's coming off some massive performances. Silva's on a win streak as well too, and known for his finishes. Now there's been a lot of jabs. Silva has made some comments about Lopes representing Mexico, although he's Brazilian, and Lopes called Silva strange, and Silva's talking on the internet but acting differently in person. So there's a lot of weird drama that's kind of ensuing, and that's kind of starting to unfold here between these two guys, and it's all over. It's all over social media. No matter what you tune into, no matter where you go, you're going to be hearing about this. You're going to be hearing about all the fight drama that's leading up to this, guys, right? So the moment that everyone's talking about, that buzz moment that I was kind of alluding to, when Silva and Lopes were actually locking eyes for about a full minute straight. No flinch, no backing down. Security actually had to step in. Silva kind of backed up a little bit slowly, and then Lopes eventually broke eye contact for his own interview. Now, meanwhile, Lopes later said that he looked Silva in the eyes and thought he was scared. Now, I just because you look away, you blink or whatever, doesn't mean that you're scared of a fighter. But you guys got to watch this. It was intense. So I'm going to tell you about my analysis, my thoughts, my breakdown. And, there's a lot of mind games that are happening between these two fighters. And, one of the biggest reasons a fighter could be successful is because of not only their physical ability in the ring or in the octagon or in the cage in this case, but it's also their mental acuity. It's their psychological. It's how they take advantage of the whole mental game, and having a strong mental game is probably a huge factor. I would say at least 50% of the battle. You can condition, you can train, you could be the best fighter pound for pound. You could do everything right when it comes to your conditioning and training leading up to a fight. But if you don't have a strong mental game, then you're not going to win, right? It's definitely psychological warfare. And in the MMA, especially in the MMA, in the world of MMA, in the world of boxing, it matters. That mental edge matters. In fact, I would go as far as saying it matters in all sports. Like when you think about hockey, when you think about football, look, the Edmonton Oilers went to the finals with the Florida Panthers back to back. 2 years in a row. They lost the first time they played Florida. Florida ended up becoming Stanley Cup champions, and then they came back stronger than before. But something happened, and Florida ended up getting the better of them. And a lot of people are saying it was because they had a stronger mental game. So, and you've seen it in football too, during Super Bowl as well too. One team is up, and all of a sudden, something happens, and that momentum shifts, and then it's over, right? So, boxing as well too, prime example. How many times have you seen a major boxing fight, and one fighter's up, and all of a sudden the other fighter starts to land a few jabs, a few more combos, starting to gain some momentum, and that whole mental thing just turns in their favor, and then it's over for the other fighter. So yeah, the expectation versus reality is really big in this fight. Silva paints himself as a confident but very, very dangerous opponent. Lopes, he wants to hold his ground, obviously making that whole scared comment and trying to throw that drama and stuff like that. He's trying to flip the script, right? Now, Silva, I do have to say, looks a lot tougher in definitely since I've last seen him, especially in these press releases. But, this moment that for whatever reason he looked away, or he is backing up, or something is making him look weak, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. And if people think that's revealing cracks or chinks in his armor, I doubt it. Highly doubt that. Moments like this is what gets people invested, right? These are those audience buy-ins, that everyone always talks about. This isn't just about two guys fighting. It's about personality. It's about character, and this is what makes a fight, guys. It's a fight. It's a must-watch fight. You guys want to tune into this as well too. You got Canelo and Crawford. You got Lopes and Silva. UFC Noche 3. There's a lot going on, guys, today. This is absolutely amazing fight weekend. You couldn't have asked for anything more. Silva's credibility, guys, is definitely on the line, and if you can't follow through in this fight, that could actually turn into some disastrous things for him in the future here, right? But Lopes now is calling him out, not just physically but mentally. So Silva's got to come out, and he's got to show that he's not actually scared, and that he's ready to go. And I'm sure he will, right? So if Lopes actually wins decisively, this Starfest becomes a foreshadowing, and it'll all come down to him exposing Silva for being scared and all these different things. And if Silva wins, then he's going to silence the critics, and all this drama is going to go away. And it's actually going to make Lopes look silly and stupid. And I think that's what Silva wants to do. And, that whole part where it looked like he was showing weakness, don't buy into it, guys. That it's just a narrative. And honestly, like that's the way they spin these stories to make you think it's going one way. But look, both of these fighters are locked in, and they're seasoned fighters. They're not scared. They're ready to go to war, and it's going to be amazing, right? So what about the fans? What about the odds? This, if you think this is going to be a momentum changer, a psychological moment, it's not. It's not, right? So I don't think Silva is shook. And just watch this fight play out, and then we'll see what happens. If he's truly scared, it's going to show right in the beginning. Okay, so my quick take, more on that bravado. Lopes probably scored a mental win just by holding that eye walk a little longer than normal, and then calling Silva out. Of course, Silva's got heart though, and he's definitely got something to prove. Both of these fighters at their top of their game and at the top of their class. I expect nothing but high performance action in the ring, okay, or in the cage. So what do you think? Did Lopes win just by staring, or is Silva seriously scared? Is he playing the long game here? Drop a comment. I want to see, and I want to know what you guys are thinking. And what are you thinking going into this fight? What do you really think that the mental fight has already started to wear down Silva potentially, or do you think this is just pure drama, and let the fighters settle it in the cage like fighters normally do? So if you enjoyed this breakdown, guys, hit the like and subscribe. Join us here on Duality 7X for more fight talk, because I'm telling you, this Lopes versus Silva matchup, it's not going away. It just got a whole lot more interesting. So thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll catch you guys on the next time.